It's ultra-modern with a rich culture and heritage. Here you'll find bustling cities, peaceful gardens, intriguing historical sites, and great food. It's Japan. So what's there to discover? Stay tuned to find out. I'm Wayne Kawamoto, and I'm a professional magician. When I'm not entertaining at restaurants and bars or on stage, I enjoy checking out new destinations. I guess it's my way of discovering the real magic in the world. I began my trip in Tokyo. Using the trains involved a couple of hiccups, but I got to where I wanted to go. First up was the Shibuya district with its shopping and famous Shibuya crossing, which is known to be the busiest intersection in the world. The nearby Hachiko statue honors a dog who waited daily at the train station to greet his owner when he came home from work. But when his owner died, Hachiko showed up each day for years waiting for his owner at the station. Some years back, an Americanized version of the story was made into a movie starring Richard Gere. Is there any story that's more touching in just a few sentences? Most intriguing for my day was the Edo-Tokyo Museum that presents Tokyo's history from the Edo or Shogunate period through modern day. The museum is spectacular with life-size recreations of a kabuki theater, a turn-of-the-century newspaper building, and more. There are numerous detailed models that depict portions of the city during different eras to show the layouts, architecture, and building styles. Most intriguing were depictions of everyday life that included recreations of homes from different eras. The Edo-Tokyo Museum was a tremendous experience that I highly recommend. I admit that I'm a bit of a history and museum geek, but I found the place spectacular. At the Meiji Shrine, I learned about Shinto's historical influence and watched worshippers. A washing station allows visitors to purify themselves, and casks of sake, which were used as offerings, are on display. The gift shops sell small wood plaques upon which you may write down your dreams and wishes and have it blessed and displayed at the temple. Next was the Ginza district and a walk through the Matsuya department store. Of interest was the bottom floor where lunches, bento boxes, and food are sold. It's here that you'll find flawless fruit that each can cost hundreds of dollars or more. At these prices, these cantaloupes had better be amazing. At the Imperial Palace, you can view the Emperor's home. You're merely viewing it at a distance and can see a portion of the palace, along with its gates, bridges, and outer moat walls. The Sensoji Buddhist temple is spectacular. It resides in Asakusa, an older section of Tokyo, and it's surrounded by old-style market stores. Intriguingly, I discovered a restaurant near my hotel that serves the famous fugu, poisonous blowfish. Fortunately, I had already eaten dinner and I didn't have to take myself up on this personal dare. I visited Mount Fuji at the 5th of 10 stations that you can follow to the top. While walking is the purest way to reach the mountain's peak, I took the easy route, riding on a bus. The 5th stop lies at an altitude of 2,300 meters. When you look at iconic paintings and photos of Mount Fuji, you're viewing the peak from a distance and taking in the entire mountain. On the other hand, when you're on the mountain itself, you're only viewing the very top part of the peak. I guess it's fun to say that you visited Mount Fuji, but I found the overall experience a bit lackluster. Near Mount Fuji, Hakuna is famous for its hot spring resorts. The nearby Ashi Lake is scenic, and you can ride an aerial tram up to the Awakudani hot springs. The area has long been used for healing, and it's famous for its black eggs that have been cooked in the geysers, which causes them to turn black. According to legend, the eggs hold medicinal properties. Where does wasabi come from? For this, there's the Daio attraction, a huge wasabi farm that's been converted into a popular tourist attraction. You can roam the farm as well as try wasabi-flavored ice cream, wasabi beer, and more. Next stop was a true highlight, Matsumoto, and its famous 400-year-old castle that dates back to the Edo period. The structure is magnificent, and you can tour the inside and climb up to the 6th floor. Inside were displays of weaponry, armor, and more. Our next destination, Takayama, is considered a small country town. We were fortunate to be there during its fall festival. While this meant that there were crowds, it also allowed me to experience the festivities. Takayama Jinya is an Edo-era home of a feudal lord that later became an administrative government office. The building features a practical and elegant design. There are heater pits in the floor to make tea with intriguing mechanisms to easily adjust the height of the teapots. The house was right out of a samurai movie such as Kurosawa's Sanjuro. The old part of Takayama featured tight quarters and narrow street, again evoking something out of a samurai movie. Here you'll find numerous stores and restaurants. I enjoyed sampling sake at a local brewery. As mentioned earlier, I happened to be in Takayama during the fall festival, and what an auspicious bit of luck. The Shinto shrine was packed and the area was lively. The evening was capped off with a viewing of the night parade that featured tall, elaborately decorated floats with musicians playing traditional songs. It was an unforgettable experience. The Shirakawago Valley, a UNESCO site, features a series of gassho zukuri, multi-story wooden homes with distinctive, high-pitched, thatched roofs. Looking at these homes in the valley from a point on top of a hill, these intriguing structures look to be right out of a fairy tale. The area was once known for its silk production. Viewing the homes up close, the thatched roofs are thick and can apparently last some 30 years. In one home, a resident provided background history and demonstrated a local dance. I tasted a distinctive tea that was made from local herbs. Apparently, the tea was developed because the residences centuries ago could not afford green tea. Interestingly, the interiors of the home are black. The residences don't paint the walls. They are black from the soot and ash of the fires that are constantly burning in the homes to provide warmth. An intriguing bit of history, the remote area served as something of a banishment for dishonored samurai. And in this culture, when a samurai was dishonored, so were his sons. We were told that one son arrived at the age of 15 with his father and died there at the age of 80. In Kanazawa, there are the beautiful Kendrell Gou Gardens. The garden was scenic and tranquil and had a distinctly Japanese simplicity and elegance in its buildings, ponds, and detailed landscapes. If you like, you can participate in a tea ceremony. Mingling among the locals, you can find all manner of seafood, produce, confectionaries, and more at the Omicho Market. The fun lies in purchasing food items and consuming them on the spot. I tried eel, squid, loach, which is river fish, and more. The Fushimi Inari Shinto Shrine features its stunning 1,000 torii gates. The dense path of the iconic torii form a virtual tunnel that snakes up a hill and through a forest. Walking through these gates is a truly spectacular experience. Nearby, there's the Kinkakuji Temple and its gardens, which is best known for its stunning golden pavilion. The structure gets its striking color from gold leaf that's been applied to the building. Given a choice, I would recommend the traditional Kaiseki regional meal and entertainment by a Maiko, a geisha in training. Between the exquisite meal and the mesmerizing dance, I found this to be a truly wonderful experience. All too soon, my trip was over, and it was time to return to the USA. In my whirlwind tour, I could only take in some highlights, but despite this, I came away with a newfound appreciation for Japan's rich history, culture, and beauty. If you've always wanted to experience the wonders of Japan, it's definitely worth the trip. Thanks so much for watching. Please subscribe, and I'll see you next time.